Greetings, this is the pilot episode of our project. We are not here simply to recite dry news reports that you can already see on Telegram. We are here to speak the truth, to show what life really looks like in the center of Europe in the 21st century. When your neighbor is a terrorist, we will tell human stories, stories about cold, about pain, but also about the incredible strength that holds us together. Today we will talk about February 3rd, a day that was supposed to be a regular Tuesday, but became a black page of this winter. Remember how lately there was a lot of talk about a diplomatic pause, about Russians supposedly being ready to stop strikes for the sake of negotiations. Now we know the price of those words. It was a trap. The enemy was cynically and calculatedly watching the weather forecast. They saw the same thing we did. The bitterest frosts were coming, minus 20 degrees Celsius, a temperature where, without heating, an apartment turns into a freezer in a matter of hours. They didn't want peace. They were simply stockpiling missiles. They waited for the moment when we would be most vulnerable to use the cold as a weapon of mass destruction. And on February 3rd, they pushed the launch button. It was the most massive attack in recent times, a true rain of death. Imagine this number: 450 attack drones, 450 black shaheeds buzzing over our heads, followed by missiles, over 70 of them, 32 ballistic missiles that leave no time to run to a shelter. Kharkiv, Dnipro, Vinnytsia, Odessa, Zaporizhzhia, Sumy. They struck precisely, targeting substations to stop the light, targeting boiler houses to stop the heat. Kyiv and the region shook from explosions. In the capital, high-rise buildings were burning. In the Obukiv district, where there are absolutely no military bases or stations, missiles crushed 9 objects. A woman and 2 men were wounded, but do you know what is most shocking? One of the targets was a training and rehabilitation center, a place where people are taught to live again, where bodies and souls are healed. The Russians decided to simply wipe it off the face of the earth. They damaged even a kindergarten, broken toys among the glass. This is the true symbol of their special operation. We can fix the transformers. We will put in new windows. But there are things that cannot be fixed. The most terrible thing happened in Zaporizhzhia, an ordinary residential area, a quiet evening. People who just wanted to rest after work, a strike, a boy and a girl. They were only 18 years old. Think about it. 18. This is the age when life is just beginning, when you make your first adult plans, when you fall in love for the first time. Maybe they were building plans for spring, but Russian missiles decided that they would have no more spring. Their lives were cut short in 1 second. Parents will never hug their children again. 8 more people. were wounded. Right now, at this very moment, doctors in intensive care are fighting for the life of a 15-year-old girl. Her condition is critical. This is a child, just a child who became a target for a huge military machine of a neighboring state. This is the price of silence from Moscow. Murdered teenagers in Zaporizhzhia, wounded in Obuchiv, cold in Kharkiv apartments. We must understand, without pressure on Russia, this war will not end. They only understand the language of strength. We need air defense so our children can grow up, not die at 18. But while the world makes decisions, we act ourselves. Right now, thousands of hands are clearing the rubble. Energy workers are doing the impossible, bringing back the light. If your home has been damaged, do not stay silent. The state is here to help. The e-recovery program is working. Apply through DIA or local centers. You will be helped. We will survive this cold. We will survive these attacks because we have something they don't. And I ask everyone who is not indifferent, who feels our pain, please help. Donate to our hospitals for aid for the restoration of energy infrastructure. Your €1 can help heal a little 15-year-old girl or an adult 50-year-old woman. €1. And if everyone, 100,000, a million people can donate at least €1, we can help many families. Do not think that these families are somewhere far away. You all have families, and God forbid such a tragedy happens to you. But understand, we are the same people. We are the same residents of the European continent. We live in the center of Europe. Ukraine is the center of Europe. And we live the European life until Russia came to save us, so to speak. Donate, subscribe to this channel, please. And tomorrow there will be a new video and a new story about how all this is happening in our lives. Thank you. Live.